Alright guys, welcome back to Ford Shop Yard. Today, in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that each of my vehicles needs and why I'm parking my Jeep in the pickup truck and putting Frankie back on the road. Now, Frankie hasn't been on the road in 3 years. I parked him in September 2021. It's been almost 3 years since he's been on the road. But for me to get Frankie back on the road, I gotta get an alternator, fan belt. He's got a brand new battery that he put in maybe 3 months ago. Brake calipers, bracket bolt, spark plugs, ignition coils, 4 new oxygen sensors. So let's see, we've got alternator, fan belt, spark plugs, ignition coils, 4 oxygen sensors, tag and insurance. So, as far as Frankie goes, that's it. And the door latch. Right here. So, I changed the oil in about 2 months ago. No, a little over a month ago. So, that's all Frankie needs as far as putting him back on the road. Alternator, fan belt, spark plugs, ignition coils, 4 new oxygen sensors, brake caliper, bracket bolt, and the door latch, and tag and insurance. That's it. And he'll be back on the road. And I'm working on that in the next week or so, hopefully. Now, what does Blue need? Blue doesn't really need anything. It runs perfectly fine, doesn't use a drop of oil. The reason I'm parking him is the transmission's going out. It's going to cost me about $2,200 for a brand new factory Ford remanufactured transmission, and probably maybe $500 to put in. So close to $3,000 for a transmission altogether. I need the pinion cell and the rear differential replaced, and the rear wheel bearings and axle seals. And that's all Blue needs. But the reason I'm parking him is the transmission. The transmission's going out. It's going to cost me close to $3,000 for a new transmission. People say, I wouldn't put that kind of money into a truck with almost 350,000 miles. And I say, well, you're stupid if you don't. Because I want to get another 350. I want to see this truck go 1,000,000 miles. Because I know it can. It's a Ford. If it was a Toyota or Honda, it wouldn't go that far. But, yeah, Blue just needs transmission, pinion cell for the rear end, and rear wheel bearings and axle seals. And the front end. The ball joints and tire out here to be replaced. Because they're shot. That's all Blue needs. And the Jeep really doesn't need that much work. Power steering pump, valve cover gaskets, spark plugs, ignition coils, and the shift link needs to be fixed. I changed the oil in it past Sunday, and so 230,000 miles, spark plugs, ignition coils. Now, here's the thing, people don't believe me. With 230,000 miles on it, this Jeep runs so smooth that sometimes when I'm driving it, I think I'm in a 2024 Jeep, because it's just that smooth. I can be sitting at a stoplight and I have to look down just to make sure it's still running, but that's how smooth it is. You know, it's just so smooth with 230,000 miles on it. I have to look down just to make sure it's still running. Can't even feel it running. But yeah, the power steering pump going out, should say, making a lot of noise and driving me crazy. Spark plugs, ignition coils, I'm going to replace them when I do the valve cover gasket, because the ignition coils are so sensitive. As soon as you take them out, they're almost always bound to go bad. And the ignition coils alone are about $700. People said, I think about getting rid of that Jeep then. for why. Yes, some auto parts are expensive, but it's OEM. I don't use cheap electrical parts on my vehicles because they don't last. Case in point, Frankie, I bought a brand new set of ignition coils for him. This is back when I didn't know what I know now about cars. But I bought a set. I think I paid $100 for them. For cheap Chinese. Didn't last a month. One by one, they just started going out. I said, "Yep, that's what I get from buying cheap electrical parts." So you always want to use OEM electrical parts. Ignition coils, spark plugs, mass airflow sensors, oxygen sensors. You know, things like that. Any electrical part of your vehicle, it has to be original equipment, except for alternators and starters. You can go to AutoZone and get an alternator starter for $150 to $200 in some cases. But you want to buy the most expensive new alternator. You want it 100% new. I don't trust remanufactured. The last Expedition my dad had before we bought Frankie, that was the first Expedition he ever had, and they had over 350,000 miles on it, and he put a alternator out, a used one, at a salvage yard. Not long after that, he went to work one day, and it caught on fire and burned up in the gas station parking lot. We don't know. They said it could have been a fuel-related issue. May have been the alternator. We never found out. But you don't want to buy cheap electrical parts for your vehicle. And you want to buy OEM. Like I said, except for starters and alternators, you can go to AutoZone. But always buy, when you're buying starters and alternators, you want 100% new. Because you go to AutoZone, you have a lifetime warranty. If something happens, goes out, you get another one free. They have lifetime warranty, alternators and starters. But back to the Jeep, needs the shift linkage fixed, power steering pump, spark plugs, ignition coils, and the valve cover gaskets and spark plug previously changed. And that's it. Like I said, the shift linkage is the reason I'm parking the Jeep for a while, until I get it fixed. And while that's down, I'm going to fix everything else, spark plugs, ignition coils, valve cover gaskets. But yeah. Now I know you'd say, if it's running so smooth, why would you replace the ignition coils and spark plugs? Well, like I said, because I'm replacing the valve cover gaskets. In order to replace the valve cover gaskets, you gotta pull the valve covers off. You gotta take the ignition coils out to remove the valve covers. So, being electrical parts, you start tinkering with those ignition coils, and they're bound to all go bad. So that's why I'm replacing ignition coils. Plus, I don't know if they've ever been replaced. You know, it runs so good, it's hard to tell, but I'm still gonna replace them. You know, it's my money. I keep my vehicles forever, and it's like Frankie, 232,000 miles. I don't think the spark plugs have ever been replaced, and it's definitely time, because it misfires like mad. So that's it for this video. Also, the reason I'm parking both the Jeep and my truck is I'm putting Frankie back on the road, and I'm also putting my dad's white Expedition back on the road. So that's why I'm parking these two and putting those two back on the road. So that's why I'm parking both of them. But thank y'all for watching. You know, both Frankie and both Blue and the Jeep here have brand new tires all the way around. You know, brand new brake pads all the way around. But it's time to put them down for a little while. Put Frankie back on the road. Put my dad's truck back on the road so he can drive it. Just sitting around the yard. The rats are starting to get to them. And I don't want them chewing the electrical, any of the electrical wiring. And so, yeah. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another one of my videos. And stay tuned. Because I'm going to be working on Frankie. The alternator replacement video is coming out. spark plug replacements coming out. And so, thank y'all for watching. Bye.